Hi, everybody. Welcome to surveying, engineering surveying for the spring of 2020. I've emailed you a short little all-class introduction, and I wanted to just do an introduction specific to our class together. So, first of all, start at your student portal, and underneath the Moodle logo, come down to the class that we share, which is engineering surveying. And you'll see that I've posted some new material. The first thing is our class syllabus. So this actually contains almost all of the information that you'll need to be successful in our class. Because this is a hybrid class, all of my lecture material is going to be delivered online, but we will meet for a lab every Tuesday afternoon from 3 until almost 5 o'clock over in SM 120. So the labs are not optional, and we really have a very difficult time making them up. So I expect you to be there each and every time. If you're not able to be there, you need to let me know right away, and there needs to be only like one time during the semester where that happens. So I'd prefer there are no times, because making up labs is really a tricky thing because we do them in group projects, so it's important that we work together. So please plan on being in lab every Tuesday from 3 to 4:40, and then doing the rest of your work online. So when we meet the first time for lab, which would be Tuesday, January 21st, I'll go over some of our classroom procedures, but in the meantime, I just wanted to let you know what's going on. There are two things. First of all, you will need a textbook. The textbook is Elementary Surveying by Gilani and Wolf, and that is the one I use is the 14th edition, but if you have another edition, it will work just as well. The other piece of equipment that you'll need is a field notebook, which I'll show you what that looks like in just a moment here, because you may be able to get it at the college bookstore, but you may need to order it through Amazon or another seller. So a field notebook is a small notebook that looks like this that you will write in for our lab assignments. And the important thing to note is this is not a spiral bound book. It is a hard binding. Okay. And the other thing is that the pages have a very specific layout. One side of the page is just lines or columns. The other side of the page is a grid. So these are called engineer's field book or surveyor field books, and you can usually get them for less than $10 online, or maybe a little bit more than $10 if you have to buy them at the bookstore or elsewhere. But you need to have this, and you will need to have one by the 21st, because we'll do our first lab at that time. So please order it right away. The next thing is that, as I said, our first lab will be on the 21st, but we have lecture components as well. So I have a couple of lectures here. Anything that has this little paper clip indicates that that would be something that you would watch for our particular class. And so we have two different components. We have labs and we have lectures. Labs, of course, face-to-face, lectures online. Sometimes I have class notes that go along with one of the lectures. And then we also have something which is called a submit button. Now, one of my students told me the key is submit for success. The submit is where all of your homework goes. So you'll do your homework number 1, which will cover chapter 1. So the process will be to do the 1 or 2 labs that are associated with that homework, to watch the videos that are associated with that homework, and then to take a look at the submit button, and what you'll see is up at the top what the homework assignment is. Do problems 1.1 through 1.21 at the end of chapter 1 in your textbook. That's what you will actually submit, and that's what you will be graded on. Okay, so everything here, I've hidden some of the work because I'll put that up as we get a little bit farther along. But right now I have the lectures and the labs for chapter 1, the homework for chapter 1, the lectures and the labs, and the homework submission for chapter 2. So in other words, you can get ahead in this class. There will also be a button underneath each submit button, this says submit homework 1 due January 30th. There will be another button underneath it that says submit late homework for chapter 1. So if you submit on time, you'll be eligible for full credit, and if you submit late, you'll be eligible for partial credit. Now, once again, when we meet on the 21st at 3 p.m., we'll go over the syllabus element by element, but I do want to just tell you how I'm grading this class. There are 4 components to your course grade. There's the homework, the lab exercises, which are the Tuesday afternoon in the field notebook piece, a midterm exam, and the final exam. Each of those 4 components is equally weighted, so they're each worth 25% of your grade. Attendance for labs is mandatory. I also expect you to watch all of the vodcasts, and I monitor that on the teacher side of our Moodle page. So watching the vodcasts and attending lab will net you your attendance grade, and then being there for lab and doing the lab and physically having me grade your lab notebook in class will account for your lab grade. Turning in your homework through the submission button will be your homework grade, and then we will have a 2-hour proctored midterm and a 2-hour proctored final, dates to be announced later, but no surprises, no quizzes, pop quizzes, or anything like that. So the best advice I would give to a student at this point is if you remain consistent and you attend labs, watch the videos, do your homework, turn them in on time, and then take your midterm and your final, you are most likely going to get a good grade in this class. So if you start to have trouble or start to fall behind, I hope that you will talk to me early so that I can help you. I know that you can all be successful in this class. I've had many classes where everybody in the class gets an A or a B, and that's a really happy thing for me because that means that we had a good experience together, and then I feel like you're well prepared to move forward with your engineering or sometimes drafting career. But if you start to have trouble, please get a hold of me right away. That is a big part of the reason that I'm here. So I always want to work with you. When you're having trouble, just contact me. The best way to get a hold of me is through email, or of course you can talk to me in lab, but we're going to be busy on those days. So if you need to get a hold of me between labs, please email me. I do have voicemail on my phone, but I don't answer it very reliably. So the best way to get a hold of me is with email. Then we can set up a time where you can come visit with me face to face, or where we can visit over the internet using Zoom or a web conferencing program, and we'll get you squared away. So if you have any questions, please get a hold of me. The first time we'll see each other face to face is Tuesday, January 21st at 3 p.m. in room SM120. And until then, start going through the lectures and let me know if you have any questions or problems. So looking forward to a great semester. We'll see you soon.